I always wanted to be a doctor, and I don't really know where it started from, but because no one in my family were a doctor, so I was the first person to go to medical school. My sister was the first person to actually go to college in our family, but I just always wanted to be a doctor. I just liked being around people. I always wanted to help people, and I was pretty much of a science nerd, so it all just went together very nicely. So. I wanted a career where I could follow people longitudinally, be like a primary care doctor in a specialty, but also be a surgeon. I was always the person in the house that put things together. If, even at a very young age, if you had something that needed to be like an IKEA thing, whatever the equivalent was when I was growing up, if there was something that needed to be put together, I would do it. So it's always very mechanical. My father desperately wanted me to be a dentist. He was a jeweler and made models, and just thought I should make models and be a dentist, and it just didn't agree with me at all. And ophthalmology just seemed like the perfect solution, because I could follow people long term, I could be a surgeon, I could be a primary care doctor, and it's worked out just the way I hoped. I originally thought I was going to be a pediatric ophthalmologist. So I loved kids, and I did my internship straight pediatrics, thinking I would go into pediatric ophthalmology. But I spent a year doing research with a physician named Rich Starita, who was actually a Will's Glaucoma Fellow years and years ago. And after he was an attending at Montefiore Medical Center in New York, I spent a year with him doing research and shadowing him. And his passion for what he did was infectious. He just adored what he did. He was expert at what he did, and I just fell in love with glaucoma. Well, in glaucoma, certainly I love the new surgical procedures. I had a pretty strong research career in the first half of my career. And I studied blood flow in the eye, blood flow in the optic nerve. And I still have a strong interest in that, in just non-pressure mechanisms that are involved with glaucoma, and also clinical trials. So I've been a principal investigator for the ocular hypertension treatment study, and we are now in our 20th year. It hasn't always been consecutive. We're in OATS 3, which is our 20-year extension of the ocular hypertension treatment study, and it's just wonderful to see such an effective longitudinal clinical trial after, follow through after all these years. Will's eye was very welcoming to me. I was a Penn doc and a Penn physician, and I left Penn more than a decade ago, and Will's really opened their arms to me. And I'm just very grateful to the glaucoma service and to the hospital. It's wonderful to be around such expert doctors and such a center of excellence, and it's wonderful to be a part of that. Well, I raised 2 daughters, and I have a wonderful husband. My kids are out of the house now. We love to travel, we ski. Also, in addition to being a science nerd, I was kind of a theater nerd, so I like to act. So theater takes a long time, so I do some indie films, like very, very indie. But I still love to do that. I'm actually also involved in some clinical research in ovarian cancer detection, so I spend my free time helping to facilitate that research.